as a young person, as any young person watching us right now, what are some of the ways that we can find like the meaning behind our life, or the thing that we are good at, or the thing that is placed within us for us to explore to make the world a better place before we leave?
Yeah. Yeah, God bless. I think sincerely speaking, I told you earlier that if you're not careful, this session might be turned into preaching. So, sincerely speaking, as any young person, I would recommend that, you know, God created us in His own image, right? And He's an eternal God.
Yeah.
Nothing in this world can satisfy us. So I would say that look for the missing piece. Look for Jesus. He's the missing piece. If you don't have Him, search for Him. Now, once you have Him, that is not the end. That is the beginning.
Wow.
That is the beginning.
Yeah.
So I will begin from that angle. He's the missing piece. He's the eternity. He's the eternal life. So He comes in to fill that eternal piece that you are missing.
Yeah.
That gap, that vacuum that you are missing. Once that begins, there are some practical things I would recommend. Right? Some practical things I recommend. The currency of exposure. Search for that currency. Expose yourself. I was living in Sunyani Newtown, or that's where I lived most of my life, Sunyani. And we were in an environment whereby, young guys, TV games, like here and there, gambling, here and there. So I realized that what changed was exposure. I went to high school. I was exposed to different set of people, different set of information, different set of teachers. Right? Then I went to university. Exposure. I was exposed to different set of information, different set of people. Then what really helped me? Because then I was still grinding, pushing. But I couldn't lay hold of what I was really looking for. It was still foggy. But the beautiful thing was that one thing that has really helped me, I've mentioned two things so far: diligence, and the second thing I've mentioned here is what? Exposure. Exposure is one thing I would recommend on this platform. Expose yourself. What do I mean by that? When I went to Winnipeg, I was going for programs. I was going for events outside my
normal sphere that you were in.
I was stepping out. I was going out, meeting people. Right? I was exposing myself to information. Because trust me, information is the oxygen of this modern era. If you don't have information, if you don't expose yourself, there are so many things that you have available that you might not even know you can do. Right? I remember, let me give you a practical example for this, my study abroad dream. So I went for a program at Moving Pick, right? And it was just a study abroad fair. I just went randomly. And I met this man, one of the international admission recruitment officer. He took my transcript. It's like, oh, this is good. He gave me application fee waiver then. I had not even finished my undergrad.
Wow.
And then he invited me to the US Embassy, I think the following week, that I should come for they'll do some program. Do you know why I'm sharing that? Wow. I didn't even know that the US Embassy, they do programs that is open to the public. Exposure.
So if you are not exposed,
exposure,
you wouldn't have even known. Wow.
So if you are, even in US here, like we've all traveled here, but it is just the beginning.
Yes.
You have to expose yourself. I'm telling you, God bless, there are some companies that if I don't send you the link, you can't apply. You need to be exposed to people who can connect you here and there.
Yeah.
So one way to be able to tap into your potential is to expose yourself. In Ghana, expose yourself, steady. Go online. What is happening out there? You are studying whatever. You are in Kane University. You are in Legon. You are watching us high school. After school, go for programs. Go for events. Dress up. Look for corporate. Professional events, gatherings. Go and listen to insights that will open your brain. Because I'm not digressing. I know what I'm talking about. My environment or my colleagues. And if I saw the trajectory, I saw the pathway
they were taking. Yeah.
Because it is generational. You've seen Mr. A, who is 46 in that environment. He was once 13. He was once 14 or 18 as I was, or probably 20 as I was. So if I follow similar path,
you know where you end.
So I have to expose myself. So you don't come to Christ and then you just leave it right there. You need to be diligent. You need to be diligent.
Very diligent.
God bless you. You need to be diligent. I'm telling you, you need to be very diligent with what God has blessed you with.
Wow.
If you are gifted in anything, be diligent. Look at what you're doing right now. It's diligence. You came to set it up. You came to henceforth, you've done this before. How did you do it? This what we call. I mean, I'll put that one as, I mean, it is two: merger of exposure and what diligence. So
Diligence, yeah.
I would say that exposure. I can talk about exposure for long.
For a long time.
long
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, be exposed and then be diligent.
Wow. That's very powerful. I've learned so much today. I don't know about you, but I've really, really learned a lot. And then coming to this point, our generation, right? One thing that I usually see is that we expose ourselves to the wrong things. Knowledge is good. For lack of knowledge, my people perish. You need knowledge to be able to navigate your pathways. But if you also expose yourself to the wrong things, then it means the thing that you take in, you become that thing. If they are bad, you end up in that pathway. But if you expose yourself to the right things, then I think you'll be able to be well off and go on with that thing that God has put in you. And you'll be able to find what is really hidden within. And so we are moving to the latter part. So let's start talking about purpose, right? Purpose and vision. Can you share a little bit about purpose?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I think we've already
Before that, right? Do you think that our purpose has been ordained for us already? And so we must get to that point where we will find our purpose and begin fulfill it. Do you believe that our purpose has been written for us?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, God bless. Thank you so much for this. I'm sure you guys are being blessed from the conversation so far. I'm really enjoying it. I think that it has been God. I mean, just like when he told Jeremiah, before you were formed as a clot of what blood, I knew you.
I knew you.
Right.
Yeah.
He knew us, and he didn't just end there. That he ordained us as a prophet in his mother's womb. So God, in his own wisdom, already have purposed whatever that there is that we ought to do. Now, I will leave it right there, but I will say that there are many assignments. Are you listening? So the purpose is like
one
overall, but
it's like a bigger thing.
Yeah, but before you get there, there'll be many assignments.
Okay.
You will begin. You will go to school. You will become a Sunday school teacher. You become this. You will work. You will do that. These are all many assignments.
Okay.
But in the long run, they are all leading towards what?
One purpose.
One purpose.
So like there are strands in the purpose. All these ones come together to form. Wow.
To make sense. That is how I will put. I think I learned it from Chandler Moore, one of the Maverick City guys. I think I learned it from it, and it's a powerful insight that in the long run, God is preparing you. So yes, Moses, you will deliver my people, but you would have to go and meet what? Go and meet Jethro. You have to go and meet these individuals who will train you.
Go to the wilderness. Go to Horeb. Yeah.
Right. You would have to go through all these pathway. But in the long run, the overall goal is to what?
Make you a deliverer. Wow. Wow. Yeah. That's very beautiful. So sometimes, right, maybe God will show you the bigger picture, or you will know that this is what you do because the Holy Spirit is within you. He will quicken you to know certain things. Getting to that bigger picture, the gap within that we have to fulfill. What are some of the things that you advise someone when you are walking through? Because looking at someone like Moses that you gave us an example, he has to become a shepherd, someone who was really enjoying as a prince. Like you see all these. So what is one advice that you give to someone as we begin as young people navigate to reach that divine purpose that we have to fulfill? What is one advice that you give to someone so that they can go consistently towards it?
I think you've given insights. You've already answered the question. With Moses' example and what have you, I would say that be very humble, right? Be very humble.
Humility. And
be very humble, right? And maximize every opportunity that comes your way. You said something, and I think I wouldn't say I would disagree, but I think it'll be very even difficult to know the overall vision, because once you see it, then that means that it's not big enough, right? But you can have tiny bit of it. The Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. You have to follow him. It is a struggle. It is a journey, right? But in the long run, you know that it will be a what? It will be a blessing. So what I would say for people is that be humble enough. In this and in every season you find yourself, whatever God is giving you or whatever that you have been blessed with, you are a student. That is your season. Be diligent, right? Don't think you become Kofi Annan or future UN Secretary General, so it'll just be a jump to that place. No, you would have to be diligent in your studies. If it is a language you have to learn along your English, you would have to learn it. If it is a church role, if you want to become a minister, if anything that it is, right now, I don't know what God has endowed you with, but this platform is preparing you.
For sure.
Right now, look at how comfortably I'm talking right now. It is because I've done these things so many times.
Over and over, yeah.
I have about 60 videos on YouTube. I've done it so many times. And these are mechanisms that God used to what? Prepare us for what?
You for
the vision.
Wow.
You talked about Moses, a shepherd. You know, God has to break him. He has to sometimes break you for be able to what? Send you to where he's what? Sending you
to. Wow.
So that a broken and a contract I had a lot of what? Or not despise. And the reason why I mentioned humility was mainly because he resists the proud. He resists the proud. Wow. Sometimes we think we are so smart, we can do it. Like, I'm the most smart mathematician. No, but that's not how it is.
Wow.
When God wants to use you, he will break you.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to give so many steps and practical ways. But one thing I would say, be very humble and embrace every season that you are in. Merge all those smaller assignments. Steve Jobs, he called it connecting the dots. All those small assignments will come together and they will give you a meaningful what? Diagram that will represent what God has what? Purpose for you.
Wow. Humility and maximizing any opportunity that comes your way. These two things will help you as you navigate your journey of purpose.
Yeah.
And you talk about hope, right? The journey of hope. I mean, you've mentioned some nuggets on it, but I want you to just give a summary about hope before we bring everything to an end.
Yeah, Godbless.
I know hope, you can talk about it forever.
Yeah, hope.
So that someone watching will also be hopeful.
Yeah.
No matter any brink moment that you are in.
Yeah. I said earlier, Abraham, whom contrary to hope, in hope believed. So I say this with a sense of understanding that Abraham was old, Sarah was old, there was no hope anywhere. So is it that scripture said that whom contrary to hope, if that is a big English, so that against hope. So that means that what was happening, there was no hope.
There's no hope.
So against
but
hope,
man still found
in hope.
Wow.
I love this musician. He just passed away recently. His name is Daddy Lumba. And we are from the same area, right? He said something in our local dialect. I think he said one of his songs that right? He was trying to encourage people that people can get their own, easily, right? Some people, whatever I went through in Ghana, if I share that experience with them, they've not been through it. Right? Some people really enjoyed it in Ghana. Some people are still enjoying it in Ghana. They're okay. Life is not that hard. But for the average Ghanaian, I know things are very tough.
Yeah.
The average Nigerian, I don't know where you're watching this from, wherever you're watching, life may be very tough. May be very tough. But one thing I know for sure is that in the midst of all the gloom, or in the midst of all the darkness, in the midst of all the chaos, in the midst of this all, trust me, there is still hope.
There is still hope.
God bless. There is still hope.
Wow.
I don't know. I would want to just how do I even put this? There is still hope to the extent that society may say that it is not possible. There is no way that you can go through this
path and become who you want to be. Yeah.
God bless. When I meet people here in this state, they're like, I went to this school, I went to that school, I went to this school. I'm like, it makes sense. You meet someone. My mom is there, my dad is this. So you see that there is correlation between where they are. But then I look at my life, I line things up. I'm like, no, the correlation.
You can't connect any dot.
Nah, it is a weak correlation. But one thing I know for sure,
yeah,
that regardless of where you are coming from, regardless of your trajectory, there is still hope. There is a space for you. And Obama said something that when he got to where he got to at the top of, the pinnacle, like, so there is nothing there. Trust me, there is. Don't think you don't belong. Don't think you don't belong. Because look at we are applying. You are in Ghana. Practical example. You're in Ghana submitting application to what, a
A
school
school in the United States, yeah.
that they should give you funding, and they look at your documents and what have you, and trust me, God bless. I'm lost for words. I have so much to share, but what I'm just
Yeah.
trying to put across is that, not to make it boring, is that I, regardless of wherever you are right now, I just want to say that there is still hope.
Yeah.
And I
There's
gave a
still-
scenario earlier about that musician. What he was saying is that when the palm tree, you know, you get the most of it when it's
at
what,
the point of his death. Wow.
at the point of its death.
Wow.
The palm tree, you make the most of it at the point of what, its
Very
death.
beautiful. I think it's clicking to me right now. And it's more or less connected to your Brink moments, that even when you are broken, when things are very
Yeah.
shut, you don't just find hope.
Yeah.
Just have this hope come out of you that will just help you navigate this path.
Do you know why I'm smiling? When I was beginning this journey, that's why my YouTube channel, I mean, you can check it out, Kings Podonyina, right? And guys, subscribe to his channel too.
Sure.
So when I was beginning this journey,
Mm-hmm.
I went to see one man. He's a vice chancellor at Johnny Poly. I love him so much. I went to see this professor, and I said, Prof, this is my vision. Oh, this is what I want to do. I presented everything because I had scouted. And that's one thing too. You see, although I didn't have the financial resource or what have you, but I planned. I had a vision.
You had everything laid
I
down.
had everything laid down. This is what I want to do when I get here. I went to see him. I was like, Prof, this is what I've lined. I got first class in economics, and this is what I want to do. So like, henceforth, do you know how much this thing cost? But then I was so hopeful. I was like, Prof, when I get to that point, I will cross. Now, what I need is what is now.
Right now.
Right now. If I'm able to,
Now,
okay, let me
faith
apply.
is right now. Now.
So
Let's
let me-
talk about now first.
So if it is like, I know it may seem so big, like it is not possible. It is not. It is, the vision is not achievable. But I said something on my Facebook. I think 2021. They sent me a reminder recently that if it's God who has given you the vision, then don't worry, He's a supplier. So I was like, no, God, let me just get through this phase. When I get to the next one, I will get there. And
Wow.
trust me, I told the man the same. Just like, okay, he gave me a check. I remember that way, and that was the first where I got my funding from. I proceeded with this journey, and trust me, God has been so good. I've met people. I remember someone just met me literally that I want to help you to come to the States. I don't know him from anywhere.
From Adam. Nowhere.
I don't know him from Adam, and that's my senior brother Kofi. I love him so much. He just met me on LinkedIn, saw my post. It's like, I just want to help you to come to the States. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So and this may some be like, oh, a supernatural miracle. No, but God works through men. But I want to say this, that in the midst of this all, you could see that I was not just idle.
Waiting. That's what I was even about to say, that with all these things, you were also diligent.
Yeah.
Doing that. So it all circles back to that diligence and being able to expose yourself. I think they all move hand in hand as you are doing it. And that thing that you talk about, if God is the one that gave you
Oh,
the
the
purpose,
vision,
the vision, then He will supply. I think it's Dr. Miles Monroe of blessed memory who used to say that God is the manufacturer, and the manufacturer will give a manual and everything will be provided. If there is no fish in the world who will go for swimming lessons, no fish in the world. God has given that capacity
Right.
of swimming
Right.
to that fish.
Right.
You will never see a bird going for a flying seminar. It doesn't happen
Doesn't
nowhere.
happen, yeah.
If it's within you,
Yeah.
just keep being diligent.
Yeah.
Just keep working on it, and the time will come where that thing will just erupt for you to make an impact and fulfill that purpose within. We've talked a lot, and I
Yeah.
think my audience, everyone is blessed. I'm so informed right now. I don't know what to even say, but let's talk about, we're talking about future right now. What does the future, hope, what does the future look like for you
Oh,
in the
come
short
on.
run and in the long run?
Come on. It is so beautiful. It is so
Wow.
exciting. It is going to be glorious. It is already glorious,
Wow.
right? I'm so how do you call it? I remember when I was beginning this journey, one guy said that go into the program with audacity, be courageous, step out there. I'm very positive. I'm not just positive and optimistic in a very sense of it's going to be, well, no.
Yeah.
I am certain that he who has begun a good work with me will surely bring to perfect what completion. And in practicality, I see myself being a policy analyst, right? Currently,
Wow.
that's what I'm doing.
Wow.
I evaluate social policies. I
Mm.
try to see how these policies affect people. So
Mm.
I'm, in the immediate term, I'm trying to look into how I can make life better. I mean,
Wow.
I can make people life better using my research skills,
Mm.
looking into how policies are they working? Why is it not working?
Mm.
What can we do to
Mm.
make it work, to
Better.
make life better,
Yeah.
right? So that is what I'm doing right now. I'm looking forward to making life better in the academy. When I say
Mm.
academy, academia, right?
Academia. Yeah.
Imparting students' life. Probably, I mean, a professor in a
Mm.
consulting. When I say consulting, it's just like research,
Mm.
but you are being consulted to help them with projects and what have you.
Yeah. Wow.
From international organizations, I'm trusting God that He'll be able to lead my path in that regard.
Mm.
And also, as an individual, I'm also in ministry. I know that one office that I mean, you already know is evangelism, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trusting God to that. In the I mean, concurrently,
Mm.
my ministry in terms of
Mm.
missions and what have you to will be very active as the Lord. The Lord didn't just bring us here to come and enjoy.
Mm. Yeah.
It is for a reason,
Yes.
and I'm trusting God that they will all come into part. But these are the bits of how the future
How
looks like.
it looks like.
I don't know.
Wow.
These are the bits
That's
of it.
very beautiful.
Yeah.
And you talking about being optimistic, hopeful, and all that. I also want to chip in that, as you said, being diligent towards it.
Yeah.
It's going to be great, but you need to
Be
work towards it.
diligent.
Yeah. You need to be very
Yes, you
diligent.
need to be diligent.
Exceptionally diligent.
No,
Wow.
I don't want to mention other folks, right? But you could see that somebody cannot be a Christian, but the person is diligent in
Yes,
his works.
yes.
See, the seest a man diligent in whatever that he does, he shall stand before kings.
Wow.
It has nothing to do. Be diligent. But the beautiful thing is that if you're a Christian or diligent, there's an additional backing
Yeah.
that comes in.
You have a bonus.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you don't fold your hands.
Okay.
Work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And to bring everything to a close, what message do you have for someone who is at a brink moment in their lives right now?
Yeah, I think we've said
We've
more than
said,
enough.
yeah,
We've
but
said it,
just give
yeah.
a summary,
Hey.
something small to
Yeah,
someone.
so I'm just going to add to what my brother shared on the last episode that hey, don't give up, right? It may sound too cliche, but don't give up. There is not just light at the end of the tunnel, right? How did this girl put it? Amanda, I've forgotten his name. Is it Gorman?
I don't know.
I think it's Gorman. The girl who did the inaugural speech for is it President Biden? Yeah, I think he did it. Amanda Gorman, I think so. She said something, if I'm right. So she said that for there is always light if we are brave enough to see it.
Mm.
And this is the part I like. If only we are brave enough to be it. So one, you have to see the light and you have to be it.
Be the light.
The initial adage that we had was that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So just go through it. No. But tell yourself that I am carrying something within me. I'm a carrier of light. I'm carrying something glorious. And I wouldn't want to supplement. We've already talked about diligence and what have you. If you didn't get anything today, be diligent. And then be exposed.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing I want to give to somebody watching us who's at the brink moment is that understand that wherever you are right now, the goal of the brink moment is to help you make a decision that will be a blessing to your life in the long run. But so you get to you're able to make that decision. I think in one of your things you sent me, whether it's gradual or it was instant, sometimes it may take a while for you to make that decision. But what I would end is that for there is always light if we are brave enough to see it, and if we are bold enough to be that light.
Be that light. Wow.
And I think that thing has really stuck with me. And I don't know why that thing even came to me right now.
Wow.
But I think it's so powerful that you see that, hey, regardless of what I'm going through, there is something with it. There is something ahead. There is something ahead. There is something glorious ahead. Because the moment you lose that, there is no meaning to this life. God bless. Everybody would have given up.
Yeah.
Everybody would have given up. Nana, everybody would have given up. It can be very tough. It can be very, very tough. But then the beautiful thing is that I smile. I rejoice myself in the Lord. I rejoice myself in the Lord. And I've said a lot, Nana.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's really a blessing to have you here. Something just came in mind, right? I think that's the end, but let's just have this bonus bonus message for someone. I remember the time that I came to meet you about having this whole vision and all that. We were having a chat at this, is it a Thailand restaurant, right? Yeah, and then you talked about the fact that anything that is bad within someone, something that you are doing which is bad, the reason that thing is bad is not because you are bad, but you didn't utilize that particular thing in the right channel. So, for example, you have something within you, but because you are not able to channel it in the right direction, you are using it in the wrong way. And it is making you think that this thing, is it really for me? Or like, what am I doing with my life, or what's going on? That thing really blessed me to look at it this way, that even if things are dark in your Brink moment, or something is happening to you which is very bad, you can use that thing to fuel you to become a greater person in the future, right? So can you just share a little bit about that thing, that even if what you are going through right now is not what you want, it's not something that will be very worth pursuing, or something which is very unpleasant for you, how can someone use that thing to help them navigate to find their purpose? Because some people will talk about rock bottom, right? So they've been digging down to the point that they can't move anymore because of the things that they were doing. How can they now find a fuel to navigate them back to find that purpose?
I think as you're wrapping up, I think for that, what I would say is that you've already answered that question. You've already answered it in your explanation. Just like Apostle Paul, right? He was zealous, but for the wrong thing. So he was a man of zeal, but he was just in the wrong place.
Wrong path.
And then when he was brought on the right path, things change. So sometimes the beautiful thing is that, let me put it this way, whatever you're being through, whatever you're going through, that can be your story forever. That can even be a story that some people, their ministry is sharing their testimony.
Yeah.
They go around the world to share their testimony. They go around the world, people book them, sit down to just listen to them.
Say their story.
To just share their story. There is probably one guy waiting for you. God is teaching you. Sometimes he's just trying to break you and what have you. But sometimes it is our own pleasures and desires that send us there. But we're talking about the ones that we are being, tried by God, or God trying to, work on you.
Work on you, yeah.
So on the average, I would say that if you are going through anything, just know that it is for a good purpose. It is for a reason why, and that's what we're talking about, embracing the moment.
Yeah.
Prince to a shepherd. Joseph, a shepherd to
prison.
No, a shepherd to not Joseph. David,
yes.
A shepherd to what?
King.
A king.
Wow.
So you see the inverse here. Moses was from a king to what?
Shepherd.
And this one from a shepherd to what?
King.
So God works in different ways.
Different dimensions.
There are some people, in our local parlance, they'll say that, yeah, what more to see so? They have it.
Yeah, they can just go to.
Do you get it? And there are some people, there is a reason. There are some people, I always say that some people, if it were to be the other way around, if they were not born from a humble background, I'm telling you. So God knows whatever that He's doing. I know the economy is tough. It is not working. Things are very expensive right now. I may not even know the depth of it, but I know I also have an idea. But all that we are saying is God is wise.
Wow.
He is wise. He is sovereign. He knows why He gave you. Don't question Him. He knows why your mom gave birth to you. He knows why you're coming from that tiny place that nobody knows about. But who we all know about Bahamas because of what? Dr. Miles.
Dr. Miles, yeah.
God is building a story. God is creating a story. But hey, I just want to encourage you that don't be lazy. Don't be lazy.
Wow.
Be diligent. So God bless. That's what I would say.
Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure having you. And
I'm glad to be here.
I know that you are very well informed, and I know that whatever Brink moment that you are in, you find peace and purpose and navigate smoothly to do that which you were born to do, to the glory of God. Amen. All right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.